Fantastic. We've got Chef Terra Reaume from New Westminster, BC with us live tonight. I have my beautiful wife that's checking out what's going on in the comments, and she's going to pipe in with your questions and comments and anything that seems relevant. She's kind of acting as our filter. We're going to see what you're saying, but we're not going to talk about it if you're a jerk. Guys, we're quarantined. Holy shit, this sucks. But we're here, and we got to make the best of it. So let's do that, and let's do that with people that know how to make us feel better. And the people that know how to make us feel better are the ones that know how to cook, and the ones that know how to make comfort foods, and know how to make really, really nice things for us to make us all warm and fuzzy and forget that we're on the edge of an apocalypse here. I'm just kidding. If you stay home and wash your hands, you're going to be fine. So do that. That's my PSA for the beginning of the show. Stay home and wash your hands, idiots. I'm going to bring in my good friend, Terra. Terra, I'm bringing you in right now. There you are. I hope this works. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
There you are. Hey, that's Terra Reaume. I'm going to see if can I do this? Can I put your name up? How do I put your name up? If I put you, no, that's you. There you are. Now you're here. You're live. And there is your name so people know who you are. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm so nervous, just to tell you.
Don't be nervous.
Not my element. You know this.
I know. And we talked about this beforehand, and I gave you the option if you wanted to just go with audio, that would have been fine. And we would have made it like a podcast, and it would have just been my stupid face that people looked at. And now they get to look at both of our stupid faces.
They should just have both. I think that it's acceptable.
So just to keep everybody in the loop of what's going on, I'm also going to show my beautiful wife who is moderating things that are going on in the outside world. There she is. Ashley's like our producer tonight. Hi, honey.
Hello.
They can hear you. But she's not going to be part of our discussion until we actually bring in the Q&A. So thank you, honey. I appreciate it. I love you. And we'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. All right. So, Terra,
hi.
I wanted to talk to you. I want to talk to people like you because of what you do and how important what you do is right now, especially for people like us that are at home that can't go to a restaurant. And you're feeling shitty and you want to go out and you're like, oh, I've had a bad day at work, or I've had a bad day. My kids are all assholes. I want to go and, I want to escape. Nobody's escaping now because they just can't. There's nothing there for them to escape to. So somebody like you're somebody that actually knows what to do. Okay, I know how to make you comfortable because I can make you something to eat. I'm gonna make it feel way better, and I'm gonna lighten the place up. And nobody knows better than a chef how to make somebody feel good. So I wanted to talk to you and see what you're doing, because like we talked earlier before the broadcast that you were not actually like working in the restaurant right now. You're kind of at home. So you've got like your husband's essential. He's doing essential work and he's out working every day. So like, are you doing stuff at home now that you would normally do at work?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I although I'm coming to a point where I'm getting lost as to what to do, because I feel like I don't want to repeat things. Now my husband's making a funny face at me. I feel like I don't want to repeat things because now he's out there I'm home all the time. So I feel like there should be something different every day.
Right.
Some things that we've never done before, or that I should reinvent something else for him.
Are you finding yourself being a little more adventurous now that you're at home, that you have the time to actually like take it? There's nobody screaming order chits at you. There's nobody, like you're not, hey, hi buddy.
Yeah.
You've got a co-guest. That's amazing. But that's the fun part about broadcasting from home. It's so good. This is what I love. I love this part. But yeah, are you finding yourself like, are you being a little more Are you taking your time? Like, are you finding yourself being a better cook at home?
No, I miss the people yelling at me.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I've lived for that for 23 years cooking. I've lived for that. That's what makes me love it. People yelling at me, demands, like things change up by the minute. And I
Really?
miss that. So cooking at home is sometimes a harder thing for me to do.
Really, eh? So
Yeah,
the pressure actually makes you a better chef.
yeah, I love it. I live
Really?
for it. And
Okay.
like, when Christian, my husband, has hockey in the summer, I don't cook, or in the winter, or because he does spring and winter hockey,
Mhm.
right? But I don't cook for myself.
It's always for somebody else. And I get that. I totally get that.
Always for somebody
I
else.
barely ever eat when I cook.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I snack as we go, and that's kind of it.
that's what I do as well. I could cook a huge dinner for 5, 6 people just at home, and then when it comes time to sit down and eat it, I
Mhm.
maybe have like 3 bites because I've eaten the whole thing, and I didn't make it for me. I made it for you.
For you. Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of hard to get out of that, isn't it, when you're at home?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause when I'm at home too, I'm working in a restaurant. I'm used to eating cold food.
Yeah. Yeah, you eat it at the end of the day, right? Like it's something that you're having at the end.
Yeah, I
What
made myself breakfast at, say, 8 in the morning, and now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and now I'm having breakfast that I made.
Yeah, because you've had to prep lunch, and now you're also prepping dinner at that point. You
Yeah.
prep lunch, you serve lunch, you're prepping dinner. You don't have time. I get it.
No, so
Okay.
I don't do it for me. I do it for everybody else.
What's your favorite like go-to? And I'm not including like the normal like staples like the salt, the peppers, the garlics, and everything else. But what's your favorite? Like, what would your ingredient be? Like, what would be your go-to thing to, it's always that's your staple. It's your base. You always come back to it.
Well, my favorite. It's not an ingredient, but it's my favorites are sauces. Right. So
Uh,
the most thing I like to incorporate into those are lemons and mustard.
lemon and mustard.
Yeah. If I can put a lemon and mustard into anything, I'll do it.
Really, eh?
Yeah. Lemon zest, lemon juice, doesn't
See,
matter.
I'm a zest guy too. I get that. I'm a zesty and I'm a savory guy. I'm not big on the sweets. I like rich, but
Yeah.
something that gives it a bit of a zing and a bit of a
Yeah.
like a zap. I'm totally down for that.
Yeah. Lemons and mustard for sure. Because mustard is, well, it's Canadian, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, you're
They're
right.
the most mustard seeds for the whole world.
Wasn't that actually from Hamilton?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Hamilton, Ontario, isn't it?
We
Go
grow the
Hamilton.
we grow the mustard seeds for most of the world.
That's pretty wild, eh?
I think 80% or something like that. I think is what we do for.
Yeah, I think it is something like that. But we were the first ones. Like we were the biggest exporter of mustard products, powders. Um,
People from France using mustard seeds from Hamilton, Ontario.
yeah,
Right?
something to be proud of. Whoop whoop.
Make you home.
Yeah, right. What's your signature dish? Like if you were, and not just in like at work, like not when you're at work, but like when you're, say you guys are going to a party and people are hosting a thing and you're heading out and somebody says, Tara, can you bring something? What do you bring into that party to say, like, what's your 7-layer dip? You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah. See, I don't know if I don't necessarily think I have a signature dish.
mhm.
I like my signature, like I really like to cook Italian is my favorite.
So more of an ethnic or like a regional culinary dish is your
Because with Italian, you can do anything. It can be vegetarian, it can be vegan,
uh-huh.
right? It can be
And that's
braised.
such a big thing right now too, like the vegan movement, right? Like, and
Yeah,
not just vegan, but vegetarian alone. Like,
right.
yeah, no, it's gaining traction. Whether it be for social or for dietary, like, and whatever your choice is, good for you as long as you're happy and you're eating well. Good.
Yeah. Like Christian will say, my signature dish is butter chicken and aloo gobi.
Oh, nice.
But we have,
That's one of Ashley's favorites. Butter chicken is one of Ashley loves Indian.
oh yeah, who
Who
doesn't?
doesn't?
If you haven't tried it, try it. Do
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
People in Winnipeg that say, in Ontario, that when I make cabbage rolls, they will order it. I have to freeze it and ship it.
Oh, like you'll ship to me? Will you ship me
Yeah,
cabbage rolls?
absolutely.
I will
Yeah, we
send
always
you
freeze
money.
them
I will
and
send you all the
come out.
money.
I think Winnipeg has they have a whole bunch of the like Polish and Ukrainian.
Yeah, the pierogies and
Yeah, and they want mine. That was, I was like, oh really?
that's awesome. That's a bit of a testament. Good for
I
you.
also I don't think that everything I make is fantastic, but when somebody tells me like you want to order that all the time, it's like, oh, well, maybe I do it okay then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it sounds like it. If you're shipping it across the goddamn country, I think you're doing okay. What about
So,
your garbage dish? What about your what's your Big Mac for you? Like what is it that at the end of the day you've had a 14, 16 hour run inside the restaurant and you want to just eat something and you've been cooking 5-star Michelin quality food all goddamn day, and you're like, screw that, I want something garbage. What is it that you go for?
so I have a few. One would be, well, I like frozen meatballs. Frozen, no name meatballs.
Yep, like a sweet and sour
Um,
meatball from IKEA, like something like that.
yeah, and then I just put some crap barbecue sauce on it. Like I don't care what barbecue sauce it is, just
Yeah,
some sauce because everything has to have sauce.
yeah, of course.
Um, I
I'm,
have,
I'm so glad you're the same as me when it comes to that. When it comes to like everything, I don't care. Everything has to have something. At least not if it's not on it, it's got to be on the side.
yeah, you have to have some
An
dippers.
option.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you have to have it. And then canned spaghetti,
Yeah,
like Heinz canned spaghetti or Alphagettis, anything like that.
that's
Um,
amazing. That's awesome. That is so funny because because it brings you back. You're like a kid again. Yeah, it makes
yeah.
you feel like a kid. It's like me with craft dinner. I love craft dinner. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong. I mess with craft dinner now. I mess with it and I put like 35% cream in it and I put
that's I
extra
always.
cheddar.
I have an awesome secret for that, and
Oh,
I don't usually tell people my secrets.
please break this on this. This would be
Found it,
fantastic.
Christian just found it out like a couple years ago. Is I put 2 pieces of Kraft singles inside, let it melt, and then you get
Oh,
creamy, buttery.
without having to actually go and buy extra stuff. You're right.
Yeah,
That shit's in your fridge already anyway.
because
Yeah.
even if you don't have enough milk or you don't have butter, you can add water and those cheese slices,
Yeah.
and they'll combine everything together.
That's wild. Oh my God. You're right. Because it won't be too thick because of the water from the pasta. You're right.
Right.
That's hilarious. All right.
It's just
Hang on one sec. Ashley, can you are you still with us? Are you there? Hang on. Ashley, are you here? Hi. I'm gonna there you are. Hi.
Hi.
Do we have anything? Is there anything we need to talk about?
Cheese whiz.
cheese whiz.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no. Are you there?
Where'd you go?
I love this. This is my
There we
favorite
go.
part of this. Are you live now?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, you are. I can
Yes,
see
I can
you.
see me.
Okay. And all right, you need to move over
Hi.
so we can actually see you. Move over even more to your right. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Are there any comments or questions we need to worry about here?
Your friend Charlotte says that we use cheese whiz.
Cheese whiz.
Yeah.
Nothing
whiz is
wrong with a
good.
little bit of cheese whiz.
It's kind of the same thing. It's just kind of like a liquidy form of what Tara's talking about.
It does add personality.
Yes. Anybody, 70s and 80s kids will get that joke.
Christian shaking his head. No.
Velveeta.
Oh no.
What about my mom used to make toast with Cheese Whiz, right? And then
Oh,
you put
yeah.
it, but it was in a toaster oven, and you put it in. You toast the bread a bit, then you put it in
It's a
with
broiled cheese whiz bread.
and it would be broiled, and it would get brown on the top. Oh my
yeah.
god, it was so good.
We
Like
do
the
actually
cheese-
have another question.
What's
Like
that,
cheese-
Ashley?
Charlotte wants to ask you about her butter chicken. Boo Velveeta. Back off, Christian. Sorry. Stop your husband. Charlotte's butter chicken seems to be bland, no matter how much garam masala she puts into it. How does she make it more spicy?
So it's bland. Why? No, I'm sorry. Can you
She
repeat
says,
the question?
she says no matter how much garam masala she puts in, she finds it bland
Mm-hmm.
and like without like lacking flavor.
Oh, butter chicken is not just based on garam masala. You need, if you want the spice, there's dried mango powder.
Sorry, can you repeat the question? She says no matter how much garam masala she puts in, she finds it bland and like without like lacking. I can hear me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
What's going on there? Why is it echoing? That's pretty
Because
crazy.
I have this here as well.
Oh, yeah, turn that down.
I
Would you
have, but it's,
all
I
right,
can't
thank you.
hear everything, so I'm trying to play like a triangle thing here. I'm doing a great job, okay?
Ladies
Just
and
back
gentlemen,
off.
my wife. Thanks, baby.
April wants to know what Terra's go-to drink to pair
well,
with a meal is.
Well, hang on. Let's answer the butter chicken question. And the only thing I would add myself, and I don't know, I'm sure Terra will probably agree. When it comes to garam masala is all that is a combination of different spices, and those spices should come fresh. And you should be toasting your own spices and then putting them in like a mortar and pestle and grinding them up and making your own, like to order almost garam masala. Or do you have a go-to, Terra? Do you have like a go-to like off the shelf?
No, I make my own spices, but you can buy the garam masala. And it really doesn't matter the age of your spices, even whether they're dried or ground. You can still toast them in a pan, just over like low, medium heat.
Now,
And it'll freshen them right up.
Would you take your prepackaged, say, garam masala and like maybe heat it up first and then?
Absolutely, I would. You should toast it because it is a processed product from any spice that you get in any jar that is pre-made. You should, I would say, toast it.
Yeah, preheat it and then start your.
Not microwave though, in a dry stainless steel pan, not non-stick.
Right.
Non-stick sometimes doesn't get as even heat as stainless steel would get.
Right. Ashley, we can't. Once again, there you are. Okay. Hey, and okay, so that helps. I hope a little bit for that one. What was the other one about drinking? Who wants to know something about drinks? Oh, we know lots about drinking.
I'm sure you do. April wants to know what Terra's go-to drink to pair with a meal would be.
Shut up. It depends on what meal, really.
Yeah, I guess it would. It's kind of, again, it's a regional thing. It's like if you're gonna make a.
Sorry, go ahead. No, you go.
No, you. It's your. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. I was gonna say it's. I would imagine it would be to, like, if it's a red meat, a fish, or a chicken, or a vegetarian dish. It's gonna change the.
Yeah, if you like a rich red meat, I would do like a merlot or something like that, right? A fish or chicken, you go white.
Mm-hmm.
The flavors of.
Is that it for now, Ashley?
For questions, let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't want to be rude. Yeah, for now.
All right. So we'll check back with you. I still have a couple of bullet points I want to hit with Terra. Thanks, honey.
I'll be here.
Love you. All right. Back to you and me. Hard hitting.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. So, what are you like? What are you afraid to cook? What's one thing that's like, even as like a seasoned chef like you, what is something that's always kind of like, you're like, eesh, mine's always, and again, I'm not a pro like you. Like I swear to, like, and I'm asking a question as though I was a pro. Like, hey, what are you so afraid? I hate fish. I can't. And I can cook it, and every time I've cooked it, I've done okay. Like it feels all right, like it tastes good, but I'm so afraid of it because it's so delicate and it's so. But any sort of like actual fish.
That's the problem. You're treating it like it's delicate because it's not.
Oh, so
don't. It's like when you flip an egg.
Yeah.
People flip it so carefully, and that's when you're going to break it. I slam an egg down like nothing.
Christian
says it makes him sick because it never breaks.
Yeah, but every time Christian flips an egg, does it break, Christian?
Yes.
Yeah, mine does too. So this is what I'm talking about.
Don't treat it like it's so fragile.
Right. So just treat it like
hard.
treat it like a piece of protein, a normal piece of protein, and
treat it like it's a chicken breast.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Don't play with it.
Yeah. Like, are you like a one side and done kind of cook when it comes to fish?
Yeah, one side and one side.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, try and get it perfectly.
Yeah, if it has skin, you want the skin to be crispy. So don't put any sauce over that skin because you ruined it. You ruined all your hard work for that skin.
Yeah, put the sauce on afterwards.
Yeah, you can put whatever garnish you have underneath, and it's going to incorporate into it. But don't ruin the hard work you put into the skin.
That's an awesome tip right there. Actually, it's don't because all you're doing is boiling it at that point.
Yeah, right. So you're going to have a rubbery, and this is like a vault word for me, flaccid skin.
You're right, because it is. You're poaching it. You're technically poaching it, right? Yeah. And if you want a poached fish, then yeah, I get that. But
poach it, but remove the skin.
Yeah, no, yeah. Why would you want rubbery?
Not going to add any significant flavor or texture.
I am going to use the word flaccid on fish forever now.
Disgusting word.
That's so funny. Okay, what is your quarantine comfort food right now? What is it that you what do you come back to, and what takes you all day long to make? And then like we had tonight, I'll give you an example. Tonight we actually made last night. We made a prime rib roast a couple of nights ago, and we had leftovers. So Ashley wanted to make like a beef and barley soup. So she went and she made she cut everything up. She did all the prep. She seared off the oh, hang on. Let me bring her back really quick. Honey, what's it called? What is it called that you did? And well, before you sliced your finger, what was it that you did? What did you make?
Oh, mirepoix.
You're a mirepoix. That's right.
Yeah.
So she made an incredible mirepoix. She made a with the red wine reduction, everything else, and then we put this prime rib in, and she made like this incredible, awesome comfort food soup. And we had it tonight with the barley, and then we let it over. Like we didn't eat it yesterday. We left it overnight just so that barley would soak everything up, and it was almost stew consistency today. There was a lot of broth, and it was rich. It was thick. It was perfect. And it was one of those things that you kind of forget the world as you're eating it. We made some nice crusty bread on the side, and it was awesome. So what's yours, Terra? What are you going to right now for solace? How are you seeking solace within your food?
Just day by day, minute by minute, really. I have to look to see what we have in the fridge, and usually, like I said, it starts with a sauce. I make some sort of sauce. And then say, what can I put with this?
Yeah.
What would be, I know. What would be?
Was on.
You have a production assistant. What's your production assistant say?
Oh, now you made me lose. Okay, so I'll finish this.
Okay.
I'm just going day by day to see what
your mood is.
I feel like.
See, and that's
right?
the nice thing. That's actually like a luxury for a chef, I think, is where you can have that. Do I want like a rich, hearty, stewy soup, or do I want like a fresh fish taco, or do I want like like something?
We will never have fish tacos.
No,
No fish tacos.
I made a jalapeno lime and garlic and onion sauce the other day, just
That sounds
fresh, and it was
fancy.
amazing. But it was with the idea of fish tacos in mind. Ashley doesn't eat fish. I'm the only one that does in the house. So
I don't eat fish unless it's fish and chips.
really,
Yeah. No,
would that be a comfort food?
it is a comfort food, but it's not.
Not something
By
you would go to.
nah, not really. But
Hmm.
it's a comfort food. But I will not eat fish. Period. From a
Right.
can or for fresh.
Yeah.
But I will eat salmon and tuna from a can.
From a can.
Yeah.
Right from the chef's mouth.
Yep.
Look at that, eh?
Well, yeah. I
Oh,
just
wow.
I don't like. I've tried salmon a million ways, and we're in BC, where salmon
Oh,
is.
you have the best salmon probably in the world you have right now where you're from.
We can buy salmon and shrimp and prawns, halibut fresh off the boats.
Yep.
Like some of them are still kicking,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
for
won't eat
sure.
it. I won't eat
Yeah,
it.
I was funny because I used to like salmon. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked cooked salmon. My mom used to do a really good job with it. And then all of a sudden, my friend Sam here in Hamilton, Sam introduced me to sushi, and I can't eat cooked salmon anymore. I can only eat it raw. I can't eat cooked.
Oh no, I won't do that.
You're not a sushi person?
No.
All right.
Well, yeah, I have a shrimp allergy.
Oh, so yeah,
So
that's dangerous for you to go to a
yeah,
place like
so
that.
for me to go to a restaurant like a sushi place and say, "Hey, by the way, I'm allergic to shrimp," makes me a fucking asshole.
Yeah, they're going to tell you to get out. They're going to tell you to
Like, so I'm
leave.
gonna do that.
Please don't
And
even stand in our parking lot. You have to go.
yeah, I don't get to. That's not fair, right?
Yeah,
I would never.
I get it. Okay, so one last question, one last official question, but then we're going to talk about something else. But and you know what that is. I'm so excited to ask you about it. But the first one, I want to know your last meal on Earth. If you were on death row and you were told tomorrow we're putting the needle in and we're going to end your life, but tonight you can eat whatever the hell you want. You can drink whatever the hell you want, and you can have the best dessert in the world. No strings attached, no holds barred. What are you ordering?
Okay, so my first thing that I would need, but it would have to be one day in advance for this first one.
Okay.
So I do 2 days because
All right. So 2 days before you die.
I'm gonna die on Sunday.
Okay.
So on Friday, we need to get a Mike sub,
Oh my God.
Ottawa Street.
Yes.
It needs to be ham, double meat, double cheese, double mustard, mayo, salt and pepper. And you
Oh.
need to put the sub sauce on the top and bottom of those buns.
Yes.
It needs some in the side to dip.
I hope my friend Sam Marula is listening and watching this right now, because I'm telling you, Marula will be all over this. He has the best Mike Sub story ever, and I'm telling you, like, it's such a Hamilton thing, though.
I miss it. So
I bet
I
you
need
do.
that, but I need that the day before so I can let the sauce soak into the buns.
Yep.
So it gets a little soggy, right?
Yeah. No. Exactly.
Like you gotta have it.
How you want the sog for sure.
Yeah. So I have to have that. So that has to be a day before.
Yep.
Right? And then I need a meat platter from Tally Ho.
Oh wow, this is so local to us.
Yeah, I know, double meat, because there's no good food here. Sorry.
Shut up. You're in BC.
I know, but there's no good, like, really,
Like
I don't
nothing
know.
memorable? Not like a Roma pizza or a Mike Subs or anything like that?
No, there's no Roma pizza. All we have here is Subway and Quiznos.
Oh, so it is. It's all commercial. It's Cheney.
Yeah, it's caca, right?
Ew.
And since I come from Tony Creek,
Yeah.
we
So
have
Roma is like a staple.
the Italian places are not quite up to par.
Yeah, I would imagine your bar is set kind of high.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. And I'm not by any means a food snob or
No.
like a jerk about things. I just like good food the way I want it. Like you can't find a place that sells both good pizza and good wings here.
Oh, it's one or the other.
Yeah. Or
Oh.
sometimes not.
No, something. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a hit or miss.
Yeah. So it's like pizza is just a whole different breed here. It's
Oh wow.
you know.
Okay, so before we go on to the most exciting part of this conversation for me, I'm gonna go back to Ashley really quick, just in case there's something like kind of waiting in the wings. I want to know if she's got anything kind of waiting. Is there anything, honey?
Nothing huge. Except April's pretty smart because her and Mike, I'm guessing her husband,
That's Proctor. You know Proctor.
On their wedding night, they went to
Where?
Tally Ho.
See?
Woo!
Nice.
That's how you make a memory.
Fantastic.
Damn right.
It's gonna last forever.
But nothing crazy for comments or questions right now that we need to address.
No, I think everybody's just captivated thus far.
Yeah, because they're not really coming in on my side still.
No,
so.
folks are watching, but
I see. Oh, you know what?
I do have something to say that I didn't get to tell you what the food is that I don't like to cook.
Okay.
It's what?
It's lasagna.
Oh.
I hate it.
I just started like in the last year making my own, like from scratch, everything from scratch, sauces, ricotta, cheese mixes, everything else. And Terra, I love it. It takes me 17 weeks to make it, but it's amazing.
It's worth it.
Yeah. So do you go to restaurants and order it?
No. I don't order pasta at a restaurant. That's one of my things. I will never order pasta in a restaurant just because I know how cheap it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend $20 on pasta at a restaurant.
Yeah, I don't usually order it either.
Make it myself from scratch.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, when you make it, it's the same?
No, it's better. Now, it wasn't before. Don't get me wrong. Before it sucked. Like my game was horrible. But now it's one of those, if I take my time and I do my own thing, it's actually really good. Like and I don't I'm the biggest judge of my own cooking. Like I'll eat something like this is gross, and everybody else is like, no, this is fantastic. And I just think they're pacifying me. My wife is very kind, and her family is great. They put up with my bullshit all the time when it comes to cooking. But I just think like my pot, and like I say, every time I make that pasta, but I take my time. Like it's literally an all day process when it comes to like a lasagna for me.
What would Nona do?
What would Nona do?
She would take all day to make you a sauce.
What would Nona do? Because I've had all over the world, I've gone and had lasagna.
Yeah.
What is it supposed to taste like?
See, I don't know.
So
I don't know what a real lasagna is supposed to taste like because I've never had a real lasagna. You know?
To go out to restaurants and order a lasagna and tell me if you can have one that is even remotely similar to another one you had.
No, they're all different. You're right.
Right? So there's no one flavor for lasagna.
You're right.
Is the meat fine ground? Is it more
chunky or
chunky? Is the sauce chunky? Is there ricotta or is there a bechamel? Is there basil? Is there vegetables? Do you put carrots in it?
Yeah, no. Mine's always the same. When I do mine, it's always the same.
Yeah, yours is the same,
but not wherever you go.
I had it in Italy at 15 places. Every single one was different.
Yeah, I guess, eh? So it is. It's more of a. Yeah, you're right. I guess that's a good point.
You making a puttanesca, which is like a caper olive sauce, right? There's one flavor for that. Right? There's no.
Yeah, no. There's no variation to it, really.
Right. There's
Yeah.
so many different ways to make lasagna, but what one is proper? Because
I guess there really isn't one, is there? Unless you're
right?
going for like a regionally specific
But
spot.
even then,
And even then, everybody's Nona has a different way to do it.
by block.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
That's one of my least. I
Favorite.
I'm not afraid to cook.
Do you like making your own pasta from scratch?
I do and I don't. I do because it's satisfaction that I did it, but I don't because I used to have to make hundreds of pounds of it.
Yeah. So it's more of a Vietnam moment for you than anything, I guess, at that point, eh?
Oh, here we go again.
Okay, before we leave, I need to hear this story, and I promised you before we started live that I wouldn't ask you for details, but everybody here knows that one of my biggest heroes in the culinary world is Anthony Bourdain, and with you've worked with the likes of Massimo Capri, Kim Crawford, but you were in New York City sitting down having a meal with Anthony Bourdain. And I need to hear at least the outskirts of that story. I need to hear, was he drinking his signature dish? Or sorry, his signature drink? And what did you actually eat, or did you actually just like sit and have cocktails and like chef bullshit back and forth?
Well, okay, so it happened. I was in my fourth year of the training, and our class had went to New York to see and eat. Right? Nothing learning wise, just to see and eat.
Mm-hmm.
So we went, and all the rest of the class people went, and they just went home. It was done. They were done for the night. And I found a hole in the wall bar a couple blocks down, and I walked in, and he was there. I didn't say anything to him because I was also kind of pooping my pants.
Yeah, of course.
Spot, really.
He wasn't a celebrity either.
And he wasn't the celebrity. Yeah, he wasn't the celebrity that he was.
Had Kitchen Confidentials, Kitchen Confidential had already been out, or?
This was probably in just the very early stages.
Okay.
Probably just after his New York Times article.
Right. So he still had like blackish hair then.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I just sent him over a drink.
Wow.
And made it a triple. Like,
I know how to. Tell me it was a Negroni. Was he drinking a Negroni? Tell me it was a Negroni.
It wasn't a Negroni.
Okay.
It wasn't.
So you guys, you had a chance to actually sit and chat with him a little bit.
Yeah. I sent him the drink, and he just came over and wanted to thank me, and he ended up sitting down, and we had drink. We did eat. We had grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Oh, that's amazing. That's speaking of comfort food. What do you know? Was there anything that he imparted on you that you kept throughout your career?
Don't let people push you around just because you're little. Because at that time, there wasn't a lot of women in kitchens.
No.
Either.
No, there wasn't.
Okay,
it really has been something that's kind of exploded lately. I wouldn't say lately, but in the last at least 2 decades, it's taken some time to get here. But you're right. Like, some of the best executive chefs in the world are women that have come up trying to claw their way through and get that glass, like break that glass ceiling to get to where you like people like you, like what you've done.
And I'm not I have to show everybody that I'm better person. I just try to do the best job I can, but I also I had to work a lot harder.
Yeah.
To show that I could do it, because one, I'm not very tall, and I don't weigh 100 pounds.
Yeah, that's right.
People look at me and say, "Oh yeah, what's she gonna do?" Right? But
that comes down to that old regimented militaristic style of a kitchen, where if you think that you're actually taking orders from a general or a sergeant, it's the same that's never left, which I've always thought was kind of silly, but I get it. But
Every kitchen's still brigade style.
that's what I'm sorry, that was the word I was looking for. I don't know why I wasn't able to like pull it out, but I don't. I just don't think it's. I don't think it's conducive, especially when it comes to somebody that's trying to do what like you say. You've come up. How many chefs have we missed? That gave up. Like, I'm glad you didn't.
No, because I'm an asshole.
You were able to pull it through. That's why, Kristen. That's why you're able to put up with your husband. I know.
If you think I can't do it, I will do it just to spite you.
Absolutely.
I will.
And you can tell that in a lot of people's execution and what they do for a living and what they do, especially when it comes to food. So that's awesome. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
For being our first guest. This is so fun. I actually it's funny, in the middle of us talking, that the chat that we couldn't figure out actually did kind of show up here. But I do like having somebody moderating on the side like my wife. It's nice to have her there to see it, but I can see everybody now. Producer Ashley keeping it fresh. I can see all these things now. It's pretty nice. So I'm going to bring her in as we say goodbye, and we're going to thank you once again. This has been so much fun. Terra Reaume from New Westminster, British Columbia, my good friend Christian's wife, mother of those amazing dogs that keep making guest appearances. I love them. I'm surprised Charlie didn't show up with Ashley tonight, but I'm sure is he.
I'm surprised Marvin hasn't been right here
the whole time. Thank you so much, Terra. We love you, and we will see you soon. Tell Christian he's going to be on the next couple of episodes for sure. We're going to
next bitch.
Yeah. I want to talk to him, and you know what? I want to talk to him about food. I want to talk to him about booze, and I want to talk to him about cigars. That's going to be another one we're going to bring up. So, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I can do this again now. Now I'm not. I won't want to.
Glad. All right. So we'll come back. So if you have something specific you want to know about from Terra, put it in the comments. She'll read them. She's one of the admins in the group. She'll get notifications. She'll be able to see what it is. And yeah, you're like a moderator in the group.
Famous.
Yeah. Yes, you are. You're like a boss here. It's fantastic. Thanks, everybody. We love you very much, and I promise we're gonna have a lot of fun. So, if you're interested in doing this, you see how easy it is.
Do it.
Right? We're just having fun. We're just having a chat about food.
Yeah, it's good.
And you don't have to have an Anthony Bourdain story. I promise. Terra, that was just kind of a bonus. So, thanks, Terra. We love you, and you guys stay safe and wash your fucking hands.
Wash your fucking hands.
We'll see you guys soon.